Hello, everyone. My heartfelt condolences to the entire Luckett family on this day of remembrance and reflections for the life and loss of Captain Thomas William Luckett. To Mary Lou, Tommy, Steve, and Allison, my deepest sympathies to the loss of your loving husband and father. And to the rest of our entire family, Louise, Sabrina, Cullen, Evan, Rowan, Avery, Gabby, and Luna, I too share in our grief for the loss of our father-in-law, grandfather, and friend. Firstly, I am honored, of course, to first getting to know Tom by meeting, falling in love, and eventually marrying his wonderful daughter, Allison, the mother of my children, my life partner, best friend, and love of my life. A person who clearly is her father's daughter in her spirit of adventure and love of family. From the moment I met them, Tom and Mary Lou embraced me into this family with loving and caring arms. This is a family that any son would be proud to be a part of. The characteristics that Tom and Mary Lou instilled in their children and the way they lived their lives are the very best of what it means to be truly human. Morals of honor, generosity, selflessness, love, and above all, their belief in a strong and loving family. Tom was a man of strong character and razor-edged sharp mind and a strong sense of duty to his fellow man. But above all, he was a man who loved his wife, children, and grandchildren without condition, often showering us all with kind words, thoughtful support, and even the awkward pun thrown in there to keep us all remembering that life should never be too serious. Although it's difficult today to see beyond our sorrow, I hope that by looking back in our memories, we can help to somehow comfort us today. Although my personal relationship with Tom was strong, and I will miss him dearly, Tom was always interested in both my professional and personal life, and went out of his way to know what I was doing and how my career was going. He was always very supportive, and even, like a true father, proud of my accomplishments. Since we first met, he took it upon himself to be interested in the workings of my job in hydrology and water management. For many years, he would clip newspaper articles about San Diego or California water issues and send them to me via the mail. I often found this to be very thoughtful and a very touching gesture of friendship and caring. Perhaps besides our relationship as father and son-in-law, our greatest connection is that we both were boys raised in the Middle West, as Tom likes to call it, where we chose, instead of going off to college, as did most our peers, to join the military service instead. I enlisted the Army in 1983 as an Army engineer for the GI College Bill. Tom's was a path of great honor, being selected as the state of Iowa's 1948 choice to represent it and attend the prestigious Naval Academy in Annapolis, where he graduated with honors and went on to a career of extraordinary distinction. I believe that he and I were fundamentally bonded in this way by both forging paths less traveled in the early stages of manhood and becoming young men. Our service history bonded us by a common ethos, where honor, self-sacrifice, and public service were more than just words. With him being Navy and me being Army, we often had great fun in the annual anticipation and competition of the Army versus Navy college football game. This is an event that is steeped in tradition, sportsmanship, and good old-fashioned rivalry. We would have a laugh and tease each other back and forth at the run-up of each game, and then, more gently afterwards, the traditional "whether is always next year," no matter what the outcome, were exchanged. We were and always will be brothers in arms. And Tom, if you're listening, you'll be pleased to know that since we first met in 1995, Navy has won 65% of those games. So I can confirm that Go Navy was indeed the better wager, my friend. If I had one thing in particular that truly bonded me to this family, it would be how Tom instilled the true sense of life as an adventure into his daughter Allison. Allison has continued to tell me the stories over the years of all the wonderful family vacations he took them on to places all over the world, under the frugal and often very unpredictable approach of Navy's free Space A military flights. where, like life, you never really knew where you were going to end up or for how long. But you should always take it as it comes, and above all, to remember that life is a grand adventure that is best lived with a good laugh, a bottle of red wine, and your loved ones by your side. And in the spirit of that ethos, Tom and I were and always will be kindred spirits. A poem for Tom by Robert Louis Stevenson. Under the wide and starry sky, dig the grave and let me lie. Glad did I live and gladly die, and I laid me down with a will. This be the verse you grave for me. Here he lies where he longed to be. Home is the sailor, home from the sea, and the hunter, home from the hill. Godspeed, Thomas. Godspeed.